Now, I want you to listen carefully and stop. I want you to stop paying due diligence fee until you watch this video. And why is that important? Now, if you're new to the world of real estate investing, you might be wondering, what is due diligence and what is this due diligence fee? I'm going to break it down quickly to you. Now, the due diligence fee is a negotiable, non-refundable fee that the buyer agrees to pay the seller for a period referred to as the due diligence period. Why is this period important? This period gives the buyer the opportunity to perform a due diligence on that property's condition to the seller before going ahead to go in and pay the full price, of course, everything that's required to own the property. However, the due diligence fee is non-refundable. Now, I've seen in instances in a very competitive market where the due diligence fee can go anywhere from $5,000 to over $15,000. So imagine, let that sink in. Imagine going into a deal that is acceptable by law for you to lose over $15,000 in performing a due diligence fee. Now, according to the North Carolina Real Estate Commission, based on the Residential Property and Owners Association disclosure statement, second section, where it says if an owner selects NRO, it could mean that the owner, one, has knowledge of an issue and chooses not to disclose it, or two, simply does not know. Now let that digest a little bit. So the owner has a right. If they know, they can choose not to disclose it, or they don't even have knowledge about their property's issue. E3, is the property in violation of any building codes, including the failure to obtain required permits for room additions or other changes or improvements? The seller selected NRO. Friends, the reality is, you, the buyer, you are obligated to find out every issue about that property before you go and purchase the property. But there is an arbitrage here. There's a gap here. You're going in blindly because you're going to lose money upfront in a deal without realizing, because the buyer says, I don't know if I have any restrictions. I don't know if there's any violations. I'm not even aware if there's any zoning violations. So it's now incumbent on you, the buyer, to go and make those inquiries. However, you're going in blindly by losing money up front in that deal. So if at the end of the due diligence period, even before the due diligence period ends, and you say, you know what, I'm backing off, you just lost your non-negotiable, non-refundable fee. That's an unfair business to get involved in the first place. And that's why, if you are investing into real estate the old way, if you're not utilizing InvestFusion, you're going to be burning yourself from the front end. What we tell you, it's high time. Stop investing in real estate the old way. Begin to think like savvy investors. Begin to think in the direction of InvestFusion. Why? Because InvestFusion will help you to identify, one, if this property has any violation. What does that do? It prevents you from having any headache, heartache, stress, losing your $15,000 upfront. If that doesn't make sense, nothing else will make sense right now. And of course, giving you peace of mind into a deal. That's number one. Number two, it gives you access to the previous appraisal report. Now, why is the appraisal report important? For two reasons. Number one, the appraisal report lets you know, one, the valuations of that property. So if that valuation is in par or is at par with the listing price, it tells you if there's built-in equity in that property. That's one. Number two, does the property cash flow? Is it cash flowing? Finally, the appraisal report helps you to identify the actual living square footage. Friends, if you think you want to get your hands on this very, very, very saucy, hot, powerful, AI-driven InvestFusion, we are giving access to the next 30 individuals globally to have access to this tool. If you want to be among those 30 individuals, comment below access and we'll put you on the waiting list to get your hands on this. Remember, you can either lose money or you can save money, but you cannot make money from excuses that you don't save. Until next time, stay blessed.